Hello there, and welcome to the 6.2 Affliction Warlock Guide. Today I'll be guiding you on talents, rotations, glyphs, RBGs, arenas, everything you need to know to do the most DPS, damage, and sustain as an Affliction Warlock in patch 6.2. Alright, first we're going to start off with talents. So for level 15 talents, I went with Dark Regeneration. This is best for Affliction because it's better than the other three, basically. Dark Regeneration is good because you're not going to be able to cast Harvest Life, which is basically just your Drain Life. You're not going to be able to cast that much without being interrupted, although it is a very good talent. So if you're going to go with anything, it'd be Dark Regeneration or Harvest Life. Soul Leech is alright, but these are better. Level 30, you're going to be going with Shadow Fury. I still choose Shadow Fury over Mortal Coil because it's just a more powerful. It's on a 30-second cooldown. Mortal Coil is on a 45-second cooldown. And so those quicker stuns, the quicker CC that you can put out to follow it up with a chain, with a fear, or with anything else is just best. That's why I choose Shadow Fury over Mortal Coil. Even though it heals you, it's just on a longer cooldown, and it's worse for Affliction because we don't have Havoc like destro locks do, so it can only apply to one target. Level 45, I'm going to be going with Sacrificial Pact. We're going to be going with Soul Link. It's just the best talent for, this tier. We could be going with Sacrificial Pact or Dark Bargain. All three of these are good. But for the best sustain and less damage taking, which is key with Affliction, you're going to be going with Soul Link. Because you could also do Soul Link and Glyph of Eternal Resolve, which reduces 10% damage from all sources, but I don't use that glyph. We go with Soul Link because the damage is split between you and your pet, and pets are very good now. Level 60, we're going to be going with Blood Horror. Simple as that. I think it's the best talent. Burning Rush sucks. It's health for movement speed. It's not very good. Unbound Will is good. It's like another trinket basically, but if you have a pet out, you're really not going to need that other trinket. That fear, when someone charges into you or someone death grips you, it's just good to have because you could follow it up with another fear or Shadow Fury, anything else. Level 75, we're going to be going with Grimoire of Supremacy. This is the best talent for Affliction Warlocks because it gives you the Observer, which is a very good pet. He has an Interrupt. He also has an Interrupt, and he has steals one beneficial magic effect from the enemy. So it's just very good. We would go with Grimoire of Sacrifice, but that's for Destro Warlocks and we're Affliction. Grimoire of Service is okay, but you don't get the Observer or Shivara, which is also a very good pet. Level 90 is Archimonde's Darkness. Dark Soul has 2 charges, simple as that. Kil'jaeden's Cunning is not good for Affliction Warlocks, and that's just ridiculous. Basically, you can have 2 bursts, 30% extra haste. Level 100, you're going to be going with Soulburn Haunt. I don't really need to do any explaining. Cataclysm sucks for Affliction Warlocks all the time unless you want massive AoE, but you get that anyway from your dots. And Demonic Servitude, I don't even need to explain. Soulburn Haunt is your level 100 talent. For glyphs, we're going to be going with Glyph of Hellstone, Glyph of Unsustainable Affliction, and maybe Glyph of Siphon Life. This one is replaceable. You should replace this if you wanted to with a Glyph of Eternal Resolve or Undenying Resolve or something else. Something else you prefer. It's not the best, but I'd say I like it because it's that extra healing. The more dots I have on people, the more healing I get back to myself. Plus with the Soul Link that I have, it's a good glyph, I think. Glyph of Unsustainable Affliction is pretty self-explanatory. Reduces the cast time perfect. Plus that 30% extra haste you get from Dark Soul. And then Glyph of Hellstone is Beast because it's 100% more healing over time. Awesome. Alright, now let's move on to our rotation. Here we are in Ashran. Just going to show you the basic rotation for an Affliction Warlock. Right before the match starts, you're going to want to summon your Observer. After you do that, you're going to want to place a soul well for your teammates. Get that health stone everyone can use for healing. There you run to the fight. You put a blood horror right at the beginning of the fight because it lasts for 60 seconds. And when you do that, if a warrior or a DK charges in or something, they'll be feared off and you can follow that up with another fear after that. But let's say no one's on you. You're going to open with Unsustainable Affliction on all targets. All targets you see, Unsustainable Affliction. Then from there, you're going to apply Agony and Corruption on all targets. Agony, Corruption. Agony, and Corruption. Then from there, you're just going to want to spam Drain Soul to get those dots to their maximum potential. Then from there, if you're popping your one-shot or your burst, pop your Dark Soul Misery and your Trinket, and you do Soul Burn plus Haunt, apply Unsustainable Affliction again, and then just spam Drain Soul. With that extra haste, you'll be doing a lot of DPS. Reapply your dots, Unsustainable Affliction, Agony. Make sure they're up on all targets too, so you get the Nightfall proc, which gives you one of your Soul Shards back. Then just rinse and repeat. Apply your Blood Horror, pop your one shot, Soul Burn plus Haunt, into just spam Drain Soul. Do it again. What your Haunt does is it puts all of your dots to just max. Basically, they're 10 stacks. Apply all your dots. Make sure you always have dots on all of your targets. And you can do this while moving. Cast Agony and cast Corruption on all your targets. Then let's say a healer is casting your spell. Since you have the Observer, you have your Optical Blast, which is an interrupt. So it's super helpful. You also have your Shadow Fury to stun and CC targets. If you're in a random battleground, you have your Massive Abyssal. I'm pretty sure I pronounced that wrong. Also for healing, you have your Dark Regeneration. You have your Undenying Resolve. Also, if you pop Undenying Resolve, none of your stuff can be interrupted. No pummels. Unless you get stunned or CC'd, it can't be interrupted. Otherwise, your Undenying Resolve will help you through that fight. So you can cast your Drain Soul and everything else throughout the fight. Also, it's a good thing to notice how many Soul Shards you have up when your Trinket procs and when your cooldowns come available. You have your Demonic Circle Teleport, which can also be combined with your Soul Burn to do amazing things. When you cast your Soul Burn, your Demonic Circle, you get 50% movement speed and unable to be rooted or snared for 8 seconds. Your Haunt increases the damage of your dots by 20% for 30 seconds, which is awesome. That's the main thing you'll be using Soul Burn for. And then there's also the Seed of Corruption. Your Seed of Corruption detonates whatever. I don't really use Seed of Corruption. It takes too long to cast, and you're sitting there casting Seed of Corruption on everyone, and it's not that good in my opinion. It's just too long of a cast time for not even that high of DPS. Although it does apply dots, but still I just choose other talents. So you have your 50% movement speed, you have your Blood Horror, you have your Shadow Fury, you have your Dark Regeneration. Also, another good thing is if you want to use your Soul Burn, I want to apply this on all my targets. Unsustainable Afflictions gives you back Soul Shards, which you need, plus every other dot that's on there. See, Nightfall, meaning I got a Soul Shard back. Reapply dots on all my targets. Now, let's say you're going ham. Going ham on this target right here, and you want to swap to the healer or something. You'll cast your Soul Burn, and then you'll cast Soul Swap. No, I don't have soul Shards, but when you cast Soul Swap, it applies all of your dots that were on this target before onto this target. So it swaps. As well as if you use it with Soul Burn, it applies Corruption, Unsustainable Affliction, and Agony without requiring a previous copy. So boom, I just swapped, and then from there, pop my one shot, can just go ham. Alright, now for our last thing is stat priority. Don't really look at my stats that much because they're not ideal. I mean, I'm still getting gear. I still need, you know, gloves, belt, a ring. I mean, I'm almost full 670. But for the first stat priority, you're going to be wanting to go with haste for Affliction Warlocks. Haste is the best possible thing because that means you can get your dots off quicker, means you can spam Drain Soul quicker, you know, just more DPS down the line. Then it's going to be Mastery. So it's haste and then Mastery. Mastery and haste. You know, you're most likely going to have more Mastery than haste overall, but you know, that's fine. So those are your stats, and then your tertiary stat. I mean, there's nothing really else. I mean, I guess you can go with versatility or multi-strike, but I just say haste and mastery are what you want to focus on. You have to have the staff with the haste. I have the haste and the multi-strike. I got that from Ashran, but the haste and the mastery is what you want, so you can get off those spells quicker. All right, thanks for tuning in to another Affliction Warlock guide. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for any other Warlock guides and rated battleground and arena gameplays. If you have any questions or comments or anything, just leave them in the comment section below and I'll answer them within 2 days. Thanks for watching. It's been Executives here. Have a good one.